wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't even...
Welcome to episode 53 of the Fourth Down Forum podcast. Now, I want to address the rumors. Some people are going to say that I never worked a day in the life for these championships, that this one was merely gifted to me, and that this one was handed to me by the champion before me. Well, I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter how I got these titles. I have them, they don't. Welcome to the Royal Rumble prediction episode of the podcast, of the Fourth Down Forum. Now, let's talk about some stuff. I do want to apologize for not putting anything out the past 11 or 12 days. For those of you who don't know, I came down with the flu. Not fun. Still dealing with remnants of it. I am no longer, contagious. I'm able to go to work, things of that nature. But for a couple of days, I was down and out. I did nothing but lay in bed. But even doing so, oh, look at that. Y'all got red OTC, Dereck. Yeah, we mean business. We mean business. But yeah, what are we going to be talking about today? Pretty simple, but before I get into that, let me get back to what I was saying. Was down with the flu, did nothing but lay in bed. But even while I was down and out, laying in bed, feeling miserable as hell, I was still putting episodes together for y'all. This episode was in the work. The mock draft episode, actually, me and Michael just started on that. That's not until April. So, should be very detailed when we get to that. But all we're doing here, we are putting out our predictions for who we think's going to win which Rumble and the match card in front of us. So without further ado, first thing, I want to congratulate, WWE frontman Triple H on his Hall of Fame induction. He was actually announced as the first inductee for this year's Hall of Fame class earlier today by fellow Hall of Fame wrestlers The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. For those of you who don't know, obviously The Undertaker and Triple H had a rivalry. WrestleMania 28, WrestleMania 27, even before then. And Shawn Michaels, former running mate with The Click and with D-Generation X. So, the match card is as followed. There is the Men's Royal Rumble. And what happens if you win that Rumble? Well, you either get the challenge for the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes WWE title, or you get the challenge for the Ring Generals World Heavyweight title in Gunther. The Women's Royal Rumble. Same theory. You either get to face Rhea Ripley for her title, or you get to face... Why am I drawing a blank here? Who is up? That's why. Or you get to face Tiffany Stratton. And let's talk about some other stuff too, right, in the world of wrestling. Because some things have happened since I've last put a wrestling episode or podcast out for y'all. So, the WWE and TNA have announced a multi-year partnership, which this is going to be great. It was already coming. We knew it was coming. They were teasing this with NXT and TNA, Joe Hendry showing up, Jordan Grace, yada, yada. Interesting to see. Does this now also mean we'll get surprise TNA competitors in the Royal Rumble? Because this has the opportunity to be one of the most stacked Royal Rumble men's and women's matches, for that matter. But we shall see what happens. So first off, let's get into the title match. You have the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, going up against the prize fighter in Kevin Owens for the WWE titles. You know, you got Cody's current title, and then you got the Winged Eagle replica that Kevin Owens has been running around with. Who do I think will win this match and why? I think Cody Rhodes is going to retain. You know, they're already showing the story that they're doing a storyline with Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn right now, where it's like, oh, whose side is Sami Zayn on? Da 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 da. I feel like that's a red herring, and Sami Zayn will eventually help Cody. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think you're going to take the title off of Cody, not having it even a full calendar year going into this year's Mania. I feel like, you know, that might be one of the marquee matches we get at Mania, with Cody defending the title against whoever wins said Rumble. Or the Chamber, we don't know. But yeah, for that reason and that reason alone, I have Cody Rhodes retaining his title. It was announced the Motor City Machine Gun, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, against DIY in a 2 out of 3 match for the tag titles. I can't even tell you who currently holds the titles right now. I want to say DIY has them right now. But there is something telling me that they're going to lose them again. And if they lose them again, or who knows, maybe we keep heel DIY instead of doing the same song and dance of, oh, we're going to do Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano. Not to say it's a bad matchup. Absolutely not. Those two absolutely kill it every time they are, you know, competing against each other or as a tag team for that matter. But mind over matter, we're going to stick with our original prediction and have them lose the titles. So let's talk about the men's Royal Rumble match. You already have competitors who have announced they're going to compete. Obviously, Cody Rhodes won't be in it because he is the defending champion. So you got that going on. John Cena, who is on his farewell tour. And John Cena, you broke 13-year-old Dereck's heart. Maybe 10, 11, 12, that age range. Because you said you were going to be on a full-time run, and you were not on no damn full-time run. You're out here making movies. You can make movies whenever, man. You can't chase after 17, the 17th title, anytime. It's the last time. The time is now, John. But I digress. John Cena has announced that he will be in the Rumble. The Royal Rumble this year is emanating from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. And, you know, I got 2 titles. We've seen people call people out. Obviously, Triple H called streamer I Show Speed. He's going to be at the Rumble. But also, Kai Cenat of AMP, for those who are online and follow social media like I do, he's also going to be at the Rumble. So I feel like they're going to do something there. To my buddy, who's happening to enjoy a birthday today at the time of this recording. Right? The one they call the Pagan Prince 95. We can go title for title if you want. One of us will end up with 3. I mean, I got the big gold right here. I got Undisputed right here. You want to put the Smoking Skull up? Just let me know what type of match you want, Bubba. Let me know. But anywho, I digress. Roman Reigns, who recently won back the Ulafala from Solo Sikoa on the Raw premiere on Netflix. He will be in the Royal Rumble match. CM Punk will be in the Royal Rumble match. And CM Punk cut a scathing promo where, Cody Rhodes is questioning who's his real friends, who aren't his friends, why his friends are turning on him. CM Punk said something. He said, I'm a real friend because I'm going to stab you in the front, not in the back. And that hit deep. So, who are some surprises we would like to see in the Rumble? Personally, if TNA has a partnership, which they do, throw Jeff Hardy in the Rumble. You would get a pop like no other. And yeah, that's for my own selfish motives. Jeff Hardy was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. I'm not going to hide that. Throw him in there. Who do I foresee winning this Royal Rumble? Now, originally, my pick was going to be CM Punk. But the more I think about it, I feel like they're going to do CM Punk versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And that is a WrestleMania marquee matchup. So, realistically, one would think if I had to sit here and I was a gambling man, who would I put my money on to win the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match? You want John Cena to chase 17, right? That's who I'm putting my money on. Now the question is, do we get John Cena versus Gunther? Or do we get John Cena versus Cody Rhodes? I feel like the marquee match there would be John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. So that's who I got winning that match. Although, who I want to win that match is CM Punk. As for the women's match, speaking of CM Punk, he teased earlier today, or maybe it wasn't today, but there was a little snippet on social media. I forget where I saw that. But they were like, what surprises would you like to see in the women's Royal Rumble? People have been clamoring for AJ Lee for close to 10 years now. So you bring her back if you can. People believe Jordynne Grace is going to show up, even though she put on Twitter that she's going to be hosting her mom's 50th birthday. None of us buy that, by the way, Jordan. We'll see you at the Rumble. Who do I believe is going to win this Rumble? So last year, obviously, Cody Rhodes and Bayley were the winners of each Rumble. This year, for the Women's Royal Rumble, I believe it's going to be, and it's not going to be pretty. They're hyping up Charlotte Flair a lot. I feel like they're going to go and let Charlotte Flair win the Rumble, and then we're going to get Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania. Which, don't get me wrong, I feel like that could be a absolutely phenomenal match. However, I don't believe Charlotte Flair needs that Rumble win. I believe the Rumble should be given to somebody, And you could say the same thing for Cena. I mean, you give it to Punk. Punk's never main evented a WrestleMania. Roman's main evented damn near all of them. Not that he shouldn't, And speaking of Roman Reigns, that's another thing that broke. He is the WWE 2K25 cover star. And yes, my nerdy wrestling loving ass will be buying that game because, the inner child needs what the inner child needs. That's why I got both these titles. But we'll be buying that game, be playing through it. So there's that edition. There is the Bloodline edition, which features not only Roman Reigns' bloodline, including Sami Zayn, but also Solo Sikoa's bloodline. And then there is the Dead Man edition, which a lot of people were like, come on, y'all keep doing stuff with the Undertaker. Yeah, he's one of their top guys. They're going to keep doing stuff with him. And as somebody who is a fan of The Undertaker, I don't hate seeing it. You got options. You can buy the Roman Reigns one. You can buy the Bloodline one. Personally, if I can swing it, I might get the Dead Man edition. I don't know yet. But I will be getting a version of that game. Things coming up on the channel, y'all. We're still doing the Kobe Bryant player profile episode. I wasn't able to do that due to being sick. Not this upcoming week, because between us, like right here, I don't want to say I'm burnt out from football, but I'm a little tired from covering, consistently football. I'm still going to do it. I still love football, but, the Rumble coming up, that gave me a chance to get into something else I love, which is wrestling. The Super Bowl special will be happening. That's where I will give you, here's what led up to the Super Bowl, here's who I think will win, here's who's going to be Super Bowl MVP, this is the fallout if this team wins, this is the fallout if this team loses, things of that nature. We might, and I'm not going to say for sure we will, because things change and there's moving pieces all the time, but we might do an NFL honors episode. That is actually what I got to credit with kickstarting this whole channel. Before it was even the Fourth Down Forum podcast, when it was the What a Play podcast I used to do with Jalen, we were just sitting on the couch, and I'm pretty sure I've told this story before to old viewers, new viewers, if you're here. This is how the channel pretty much came about. We were sitting on the couch at my old place, and I was like, hey, it's snowing outside. It's something different. Want to go do a podcast? And that's why if you go and look at the first ever video ever uploaded to this channel, it is my goofy ass sitting there, pushing record, sitting in a lawn chair being like, hey guys, welcome to the What a Play podcast, yada, yada, yada. But it is impressive to see how far we have came from, the What a Play umbrella to now the Fourth Down Forum umbrella. Speaking of which, I do appreciate all the new subscribers and things we have gathered along the way. We are doing a giveaway once I hit 500 subscribers. I do want to let that be known. I will keep promoting that. It will be, once we hit 500, it's a mini helmet of the winners chosen either for their collegiate team or their NFL team. So, other than that, I'm trying to think what else we have coming up on the channel. I might do stuff for the Combine. Free agency, you'll get an NFL free agency update. We'll most likely be covering the NBA All-Star Game. I try to cover, with football winding down. The mock draft episode, y'all already know y'all are getting that because I told you at the start of this episode, we are in the process of working on the mock draft episode. Now, I personally don't agree with all the picks we have so far, but I do like having somebody else there to challenge, me just not being like, okay, well, I can pick this player because mock draft, when fantasy football starts back up, I will try to get some people on the channel so we can do a live mock draft. That is something I have always wanted to do. That is something that is encouraging to me. And, I'm just going to keep pushing. And
waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out.